If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lindsay and I'm a homeschool mom of three. I have three kids ages almost 12, um, 14 and a half, and almost 2. So on my channel, I talk a lot about minimalism and how it helped heal my motherhood and the overwhelm and the chaos that was early mothering for me many years ago, and I've been doing this for probably 10 years now. And I also talk about homeschooling and adventuring and thrifting and frugal living, simple life, and just kind of doing what matters most, which is family. I love talking to moms about all these things in hopes to help heal and restore them back into the gifts that God has already called them to walk, which is being a mom. That's the ultimate goal, right? And I want to bring up, if you go to church, I want you to look around this weekend when you go. And I was there last week, and I was noticing a lot of moms like really frazzled. I was telling a friend, like, they were, yelling at their kids. One mom was like slapping her kid. One mom was just so frustrated. She was tearing up. We've all been there, right? But I promise you that if you start a lifestyle of healing, which is, first looking at all of your external things first, because those are things we can control. We can also control our thoughts too. But if we could get rid of all of the clutter that surrounds us, we could start focusing more inward, because that stuff is just so overstimulating and things. So anyway, I was looking around thinking, gosh, I bet you they had such a hard time getting to church, just like navigating their homes. Maybe they have too much clutter. Maybe they can't find clothes. Maybe they, are frustrated, overwhelmed. Maybe they, had a hard time making it on time. They lost their keys. They were trying to make breakfast and they're dealing with meltdowns and all the things. But motherhood is so sacred and so holy that if we were to like get rid of all that excess stuff, right, we could feel more balanced and more restored. And actually, when we're doing those mothering tasks of getting our kids ready to go places, even getting ourselves ready to go places, things are just so much more calm and simple because we have a plan. So that's what I hope to bring in this series of videos on my channel, and I hope you guys stick around, subscribe, like, comment. I love it all, so thanks. Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video about decluttering clothing, getting control of laundry, and when is it time to go to a capsule wardrobe. And for me, that time is now. It's been a while since I made a capsule wardrobe video. I think it was like 6 months ago. We've been doing really good, with time, anybody is going to have to declutter. It's just part of life. We bring things in and we don't take it out. And if you stick to the rule of bringing one thing in and then removing one thing, it makes decluttering a lot easier. I will say with a big family, we have 3 kids and people give us things like hand-me-downs, clothes. It's always nice to have that like big sister, that friend that's older that can hand down like awesome clothes with tags or really nice brand names and things like that. So we have several of those friends in our lives. So I do love that, but we are to a place where the laundry situation is getting out of control. I like to teach my kids that if you have things and you're old enough, so almost 12 and almost 14 and a half, those are ages where they could take care of their laundry, be able to sort their laundry, be able to hang up clothing that needs to be hung, be able to roll up clothing that goes into, say, a basket or a dresser. And in my opinion, be able to treat stains, be able to wash clothing, darks and then lights, and being able to stick on a routine of taking it out and sticking it in the dryer, and then once it comes out of the dryer, you're responsible for putting it away. So the whole cycle. So we're learning how this summer life skills, and we've been on this life skill for a while. And I will say that when you have a capsule wardrobe and you have kids, it makes it so much easier. It really does, because the clothing becomes more manageable. Even for an adult like me, I have to have a capsule wardrobe because otherwise I can't find my things. I don't know where anything is. I have piles of laundry. I have no time to wash it. I'm busy. But just teaching those values of carving out an afternoon to just quickly do a cycle, put it in a dryer, hang it up, put it in my dresser, and then we're done. So that's what we're kind of aiming for this summer. But anyway, I'll take you guys to show you the giant piles of laundry and I'll show you what I have done in both big kids' closets as far as building them a nice capsule wardrobe. I do go into kind of how I do it. I don't stick with colors. Each kid has their own unique style and taste. And definitely when we're teens and preteens, they have their own vibe going, their own like aesthetic or whatever they're going for. And I'm not someone that's going to take that away and make them wear all beige. So with that being said, we do try to stick to 10 items, and I will probably say that like 10 more times in my video, but 10 items is a good number because you have the 5 tops, the 5 bottoms, or if you're a female, a dress, or maybe some type of romper. And then I try to keep socks at a minimal, undergarments at a minimal, just for the week. We don't like have 14 undergarments or like 40 pairs of socks. We do right now, but that's not something that I typically do because it's just not manageable. And when the kids can't manage it and I can't manage it, then it starts to become a problem. And that's when we know like, hey, it's time that we work on capsule wardrobes. And being that it's summer and we're in South Florida, it gets hot. So after our activities of the day, we come home and we kind of like, hang out. So it's a good time to teach these skills. Hey friends, I just wanted to show you my daughter's cute little antique farmhouse dresser. I just love this dresser so much. This is in her bedroom, and I love that it's only 4 drawers. So the drawers up at the top we keep very organized with, usually with underwear and socks, and then on the other side we usually do like dance outfits or little pieces of like jewelry that she might have or whatever. So today I'm going to be tackling the clothing situation. So I just basically pulled everything out. I usually roll her clothes up and put them in here. She's gonna be 12, so I'm trying to teach her how to manage her clothes, and we're not quite there yet. So I'm going to be sharing some tips and how I'm going to be habit training that this summer. And things like that. So the first thing that I want to start with is I just throw everything on the floor. This is how it looked in her dresser. I'm very embarrassed. That when kids are overstimulated with too much stuff, and that could be clothing too, when they open up their dresser and they don't have a plan, it can be overstimulating, and it's like, what do I do with all this stuff? So I'm going to look through here. I'm going to tackle the situation. I'm going to show her how to roll it up and put it back in. Yet again, I've showed her several times. But like I said, when we bring new stuff into the home and things start getting out of control, it's time to make a new plan. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. A lot of this stuff still fits her. There's some things in here that are a little too tight or a little too short. And we're going to just be overhauling all of the things. As far as capsule wardrobes go and tween style, I always let my daughter have her, she calls it her aesthetic. She is very eclectic. We love thrifting her clothes. A lot of what you see here is thrifted. Some of it's from Target, some of it's from online. And I bargain shop. Whatever I see that's cute and she likes it's cute, I bargain shop because they're growing so fast. And as far as style, like I said, she picks what she likes. We don't stick to an all beige capsule wardrobe or an all, I guess, vibey aesthetic or whatever you would say, from Pinterest or whatever. We make capsule wardrobes around what we like. So this is what she likes. I try to get the 100% cotton for the big kids. Sometimes they're not into that, and that's okay. We try to do better in other areas as far as, living a cleaner lifestyle, but that's her wardrobe pretty much, and I'll show you my son's in a little bit. All right, so I hang something. So this is her little closet, and I call these accessory tops. So I really don't count this as a top because this is gonna go over something like this dress. And this dress is like a specialty dress because it has shells on it. So it's like one of those things you can only wear like every now and then, or it seems like you've worn it too much, right? So she rotates that, or sometimes she'll wear this over top. So she kind of uses these two items as like an accessory top. And then she has the dress here, and she rotates these and mixes and matches them with all her skirts. And then this over here doesn't count. This is winter, and I just kind of had that hung up there after we moved. So we're not going to wear that for quite a while. It's summer here in South Florida, so that's how that goes. Okay, so I tackled my son's laundry and his clothing situation, and we got to about 10 items or less for his capsule wardrobe. So basically we have 4 fishing shirts and a basketball shirt. And then in this drawer we have 2 just relaxed style water resistant shorts, and then another 2 pair of like more like beach board shorts that in Florida they wear those even if they're not swimming, so it's just part of the style, I guess. And then 3 new socks only because we usually just wear flip-flops. Underwear, we have about 7 days. There's nothing in there. And then I folded up some of his bedtime shirts. I think he has 2 more bedtime shirts for a total of 4 nights. So I don't really count those because it's bed specific. And then lastly, we have, I have just got him 3 like polo style shirts, button down shirts for church because he needed some. And I think I paid like $2 each, which is such a steal. And I think this one had the tags on it, so Express. I know this one was Goodfellow from Target brand, and then I think this one is like JCPenney or something, but super cute. I love the thrift store style on boys. He does need a couple more things like for August, maybe some jeans, stuff like that, but I'm gonna hold out and wait because I know we're gonna have a growth spurt soon. So, and that's that. And then lastly, he just has a pair of Vans like twill pants. They're super cute on him. Love the style, and I plan on getting him a few more of those for this fall. And that's a wrap. That's for donations.